I have a confession. I love shredder guitars. They speak to me as a musician louder than traditional Les Pauls, Strats, and Tellys do. They have a much more appealing aesthetic. They're lighter and more ergonomic. And particularly today, I want to make the case that we should be playing more of these in church, using this amazing specimen and Ernie Ball Music Man Majesty. Make no mistake, this being a John Petrucci signature guitar, it's built for speed and heavy riffage. So if you ever do a metal version of a worship song, this guitar's perfectly up to the task. Like this. Disclaimer time. Firstly, this won't be a comprehensive review of the Majesty, and there are plenty of videos out there going into its specs and every possible tone. Instead, I want to give some perspective as to its application specifically for worship services. Secondly, I don't own this Majesty. It was on loan from a dear friend of mine, so my thanks goes to him, especially for letting me play this on a night of worship where it was an extended setlist. That really put the guitar through its paces and gave me the meat and potatoes behind what I wanted to say about the Majesty and shredded guitars in general. So here's the biggest reason why a guitar like the Majesty has a place in church. Price for value. I get it. We all want to play guitars that our worship heroes use, and the more boutique, the better. Trigger warning, I'm potentially about to talk a little bit of smack about your favorite guitar, so if it's mentioned, please note that I'm not personally attacking you. It's just a presentation of facts. Consider an American-made Veritas Portlander, every Bethel fan's dream guitar. It has a bolt-on roasted maple neck, alder body with a basic comfort cut and contouring, a Bixby tremolo with two humbuckers that have no coil split options. The price tag? It's almost $5,000. Meanwhile, the Majesty has a mahogany neck through with a highly ergonomically contoured basswood body that is perfectly balanced. You don't feel the guitar hanging off you, and neither do you feel it get in the way of your playing. The tremolo system is John Petrucci's proprietary design to be floating, being able to do massive dive bombs and upward pitch bends, but with the mechanical simplicity of a Strat-style string-through body. The pickups are Damasio illuminators in this specimen with a brightness and clarity that blurs the lines between humbuckers and single coils, all the while being able to take on some serious gain like you heard in the intro jam. And they can individually coil split with these push-push controls. With the humbucker split, you can get some truly Sunday-ready tones. Even in a dense mix, these single coil sounds still cut through, as I discovered on the night with my fellow worship warriors in the encounter. You'd think the humbucker tone would be too aggressive, but with simple tweaks on your M gain and compression settings, you can get the brightness, snap, and chime that characterize worship music. In fact, that brightness in the pickups is useful when stacking effects like an octave up and a delay, which can get very muddy very quickly. Not so with the Majesty. I didn't get a chance to use it, but the Majesty also has a piezo pickup system that gives convincing acoustic tones at the flick of a switch. With a TRS-TSY cable, you can set the magnetics and piezo outputs separately. The price tag? Even with a premium option like John Petrucci's famous Mystic Dream finish, you're paying $4,000 for all of those features. And less if you're in the second-hand market where the guitars can go below $3,000 if you look hard enough, whereas used American Portlanders are still near first-hand prices or even higher. I know it's all about supply and demand, but the plain hard truth is that you can get a lot more guitar for a lot less if you're willing to look beyond the boutique church guitar. And I am acutely aware that on this very channel I praise praised the almighty Gretsch Duo Jet in several videos. I still think it's an amazing guitar with just the worship sound dialed in without much tweaking. And ergo, we've come to the crux of the matter. I know that the Majesty doesn't naturally fit into worship music. There's tweaking involved, the pedals and the amps to tame those hot pickups, and the single coil sound isn't a 100% authentic single coil sound. Going back to the central argument of price for value, that assessment is entirely subjective, which is okay. If you want something Sunday ready with much less tweaking involved, a Gretsch, Veritas, Jennings, Novo, or even an Iconic will get you in the ballpark right out of the gate. If that helps you justify the cost of your boutique guitar, by all means, play that instrument for the glory of God. All I'm saying is that if you're prepared to fork out the money for one of these, I highly recommend trying out something out of the ordinary, which can have a lot more features for a lot less money. But I want to know what you think. Do these extra features matter to you? Will you consider a shredded guitar over that boutique guitar? Let me know in the comments. If you found value in this video, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to grow the channel and join the community. Do check out my Buy Me a Coffee page to directly support the ministry or get a preset pack for your Line 6 device. And if you like exploring non-standard guitars for use in worship, I have a whole playlist called Can It PNW which explores this very topic. Sweetie Music recently gave me the unique opportunity to play with Jackson guitars, which I found to be eye-opening and inspiring. See you there.